This is KKBS Podcast Easy Talk Easy Listening
คุณกำลังฟัง KKBS Podcast คุยง่ายๆสบายๆสไตล์ KKBS
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I would like to present my research, but introduce myself. My name is Mr.Nizar Fauzan. I'm the student MBA Konkan Business School, Konkan University, and my research title is about building CSR communication in banking business in Thailand, the mediating effects of social media and consumer skepticism. CSR is the essential part of institution, especially for business, banking, and also the government. So this study will focus in banking business sector is supposed to be more responsible because the banking industry is considered the backbone of society. Although the industry phase has very few direct environmental issues, banks are also subject to public because they benefit from tax break and government guaranteed degree of financial leverage. A bank business depends on its reputation and people trust. For this reason, extent provides some evidence of a link between CSR communication and performance in the Thai banking industry. To address this gap, this study will analyze the relationship between social media influencer, consumer skepticism, and CSR for direct effect. Social impact refers to the concept of prompt decision to disclose information about its performance, standard, or activity under the umbrella of society response. Despite of growing popularity of CSR practice, also growing support for the idea of CSR practice can help resolve some organization issues. Of this study will be to identify the various factors that influence of Thai banks, which can positively impact consumer perception by communicating their CSR strategy and practice. This can be help them increase awareness among their customer and improve quality. Recent literature has focused on factors that influence a customer decision-making process when assessing the effectiveness of CSR. The finding of this study provide a clear understanding of various aspects of CSR communication in the Thai banking industry. The study also included questions related to the topic into the initial survey. Banking business industry is not generally the focus of reporting study because many believe banks' responsibilities are limited to environmental, product, and employee safety. In spite of this area, banks have social liability because they fund harmful or polluting business. But according to Branco, in 2008, bank lending and investment are environmentally damaging as polluting industry, while out that banks themselves have problematic operations such as the heavy use the paper consumption and electricity. So I will move forward to the theory. This study used operation action according to Arjen in 2001. Concern the factor contributing to the deliver planning of action can be used to determine fundamental assumptions that drive behavioral decision in individual, and it can be applied to the decision as well. The TRA encompasses the core behavior, intention, attitude, and subjective standard. Attitude are regarding a particular object or activity which may matter as the intention to engage the behavior. Organization consume action depend on their belief about attitude outcomes and their understanding of social pressure and social norms. Both influence and organization willingness to consume. What behavior are described as a company favorable or favorable attitude about the specific action. Subjectives related to the normative impression that an individual complies with expectation of others. The most crucial component of marketing research is understanding how business form their behavior and how their behavior affect other perception of business. Organizations are frequently characterized by justification for a particular topic. TRA excellent of forecasting organization behavior with a high predictive value in situations such as a core behavior. This research examines the factors that influence the development and accomplishment of CSR communication. Behavioral intention measure the organization intent to put communication into action, while attitude reflect the organization's belief about what it can deliver. So in this study, there are three cases. For the first is social media influencers, then is customer skepticism, and the third is CSR communication. But the last is customer value calculation for the concept of this study. The study investigated the use of CSR communication in the banking business used in responding to the competitive environment in tandem society and the existing norm of a conventional bank with a rest of the notion of growing sustainability. Therefore, when a tech commits to developing human resource capability, providing added services that support our customer growth and stability, the result is better society and enable return for each stakeholder. Therefore, the purpose of this study comprises customer of the banking in who has purchased bank product and were familiar with the CSR program. This study employed a quantitative research and also the study sample from Northern and Northeast, Southern, and Southeastern. A stratified study design was also employed to ensure that the results were not affected by the selection of respondents. The total of respondents in this study, there are 400 samples to demonstrate a basic understanding of CSR implied by answering two screening questions were selected for the study. Then provide their consents to answer the questionnaire. These samples were to be the followers of the bank social media account or to rate bank CSR program. Ethics protocol were observed study, including all the standard protocol involving of the information of the respondent, guarantee their identity, and cancellation of their submission. The tool in the study was an online questionnaire that consisted of questions used to select the sample group appropriate general information about the respondent and question for evaluating of the construct. The direct application of this study by using equation model is provide a confirmatory modeling strategy. The author selected a single model and SEM approach was used to assess how well the model of the data set. Working with the assumption of the model had an acceptable fit by whether criteria of the researcher has yet to prove it, it was only confirmed that is one of several possible acceptable model hypotheses. The instrument of model to analysis were conducted is the first order CFA model was conducted to the measure model using AMOS, and the second is to prove the measurement model was to describe how well the observers serve as a measurement instrument for the latent variables. And then the square of multiple correlation were calculated to each indicator how well an item may construct. Based on the analysis with the SEM, this study has with the SEM by using EMOS. There are three hypotheses of direct effects. For the first hypothesis, that social media to CSR communication has supported hypothesis, and this consumer skepticism has a positive impact to CSR, And the last for the direct effect in the hypothesis, GSR to customer value co-creation has a supported hypothesis. Based on the previous research, this study has the same result of the hypothesis, but for the previous research focused on a diplomacy, but in this study focused on banking business in Taiwan. And then the study at the additional indirect access. For the first is about the relationships social media influencer to GSR communication and customer operation has a good positive impact about the indirect. And then the last is consumer skepticism to GSR communication and customer value cooperation has a positive impact for the indirect relationship. And the banking industry can utilize the result of this research to improve the operation of their organization in countries such as Taiwan, right? Helping the governments and the people in the developing CSR communication to understand the factors that influence their decision. This study theoretical framework also used to investigate similar issues in advanced countries. This study is focused on the developing country, and the study also implemented the TER theory, which can benefit of the bank industry in Melbourne in Taiwan. So this study edit the hypothesis based on the previous research by using the another literature review tactic, which the best described for the finding of it. And then what the author said that each hypothesis has positive in between direct and indirect, same with the previous but different concentration for the industry. This finding can be viewed from different perspectives and utilized by further. The banking business can be used to develop business in Thailand. It also can be used to help government understand the various aspects of communication. The TERA has been used in this study investigating GSR in advanced countries. But this study used the literature review that has shown the TERA can be based in Thai banking business. This exploration revolves the GSR, social media influencer, customer skepticism, and customer conversion of banking industry. Previous research has examined the role of impact of GSR and GSR reporting of practice in EC. However, such as impact of GSR, for example, social impact and GSR reporting in NACI still needed to be investigated to document empirical evidence of the positive correlation between art and the construct mentioned earlier. The research indicates a position between theory and practice with respect to the conceptual outlook. This research used the TRA to comprehend how the interaction of specific research and capability to sustainable Thai bank performance in the understand and link with CSR communication. The conceptual model with media interaction offer more in-depth insight into the interaction, CSR communication, and each concept with respect to their impact on Thai banks. The study further added the hypothesis exploring the mediating function of CSR between social media, customer skepticism, and customer value cooperation. The findings are consistent with the TRA, with maintain that can develop and utilize internal source to their advantages. And for the implication, this study is a stakeholder in their understanding of GSR as customer skepticism and customer value cooperation. Our research, the banking sector in Thailand is concerned with GSR activity and by social responsible programs. It is also important to note that GSR directly affect consumer loyalty. It is indirect effect of GSR more than the direct effect. Consumer feel connection to a bank determine that it match their social norms. The current study found household, the banking sector in Thailand is concerned with CSR activities and implements social responsible program. It is also to note that although CSR directly affect consumer loyalty, it is indirect effect of cooperation is more meaningful than consumers feel a connection to a bank when they determine it matches their social norm. The current study found that banks built on socially responsible practice have consumers identify with the bank and the company long-term orientation. Given the importance of the relationship between CSR community, social media influencer, consumer skepticism, and customer validation, the industry and its component institution should invest in CSR communication and cooperation initiatives. It is suggested Thai banks should be placed CSR communication and cooperation. The core of their business objective is they want to reap the benefit of consumer loyalty by managing a strategic partnership with the consumer can be increased consumer involvement in the banking decision once the consumer conviction that his or her bank design for after the consideration consumers input is with positive and bond consumer to a particular bank. Therefore, banking makers should be encouraged to develop CSR based on the that surpass customer expectation. Thus, banks and their marketing strategy by investing in CSR communications is that consumer consideration important. While the designing consumer loyalty programs, the bank should prioritize CSR and pay attention to the interests and branding of customer top the corporate. And then this study about the recommendation of the future mainly focused on the banking sector. Its methodology can also be used to explore other service industries, hospitality, tourism, and consumer goods. In addition, future studies should investigate the manufacturing industry to see if the results are similar of the service sector. Although this study is limited and its method can be used to analyze the culture and social factors that influence consumer decisions to other developing countries. This helps banks and other service providers understand the various factors that influence the development of the industry in developing regions. It can also help allocate to environment dynamic of these countries. The study started using various methods such as quantitative research sampling, data. The new variables such as consumer engagement, brand equity, and perceived brand satisfaction can be added for the future. For the future study, we'll also explore the link between leadership style and the value creation process. CSR communication is essential for each organization ethical approach to corporate practice, long-term success, and influence on society well-being. CSR communication play a primary role in enhancing social customer, and this study investigated the impact of CSR communication, social media influencer, also consumer skepticism, then value cooperation in Thai banking business. And this study use the research and certified sampling. It means like this research by collect direct to the customer, and is it essential to help Thai bank to get the high performance in the profits and also the customer engagement. And the quote study and the inspiration, according to my supervisor, Associate Professor Dr. Pensri. She is my supervisor, support me to conducting research in CSR because CSR has benefit for its institution, society, and also to save the earth and for the sustainability program. To do the research is not difficult. Intention want to analyze the problem in the society, the causal effect. It means like you will know about the enough. If you're concerned about the CSR, perhaps you will know about that around your environment. For instance, if there is a company to do the CSR, you can analyze what is the weakness and the strength. Maybe you can SWOT analysis and to do the research with the style, skill, academic writing will enhance your knowledge and learn many more about the academic writing. The academic writing will improve your ability to understand about essential part in your life. To study in content business is the best opportunity for me because I can learn many things related to business, global, and also about the to make the environmental in business field. Instead, I can learn about the statistical research method, academic writing, and also practice to build a business with my team. So Content Business School provide each facility for the students. I believe that Content Business School is the best place for you if you continue study for master degree in Thailand. Content is the best place for you to grow your ability in writing. And then for the next podcast, perhaps we'll deliver the research related to business, which anyway, for those who want to know about the next episode, don't miss it. You can follow this account in Facebook, Content Business School, and Instagram to know about podcast, which has the best example of research and business trending in over the world. So see you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening ติดตามเอพิโซดต่อไปได้ผ่านทุกช่องทางของ KKBS แล้วพบกันขอบคุณค่ะ KKBS Podcast Easy Talk Easy Listening